It looks like Artur Beterbiev may be taking on Joe Smith Jr. in his next fight in December. It says here in this Boxing Scene article, the opponent is almost certain to be Joe Smith Jr. You know, Joe Smith Jr. tries hard. He's a tough guy. He can punch, but his boxing skills are basic at best. He did end the career of Bernard Hopkins, but hey, Hopkins had been out the ring a long time and he was, what, 50 years old? So, yeah, Joe Smith Jr., I don't want to dismiss him. I don't want to dismiss his chances. At the end of the day, Artur Beterbiev was just floored by Callum Johnson, and he was a very unheralded opponent going in. Joe Smith Jr., going into the Beterbiev fight, has definitely fought better opposition than Callum Johnson had going into his fight against Beterbiev. We need to bear that in mind. So, Joe Smith Jr. is going to be inspired, I think, by what Callum Johnson did. And he might try and do something similar. Just charge straight at Beterbiev, all guns blazing. And he's a big, strong guy too, Joe Smith Jr. He might try something similar. But this time around, I think Beterbiev will be sharper. Because if they're getting him out in December, then that's a pretty quick turnaround since his last fight, right? So I think Beterbiev will be sharper. He'll be more on his guard. More defensively responsible, I would say. And so I don't think it will be so easy for somebody like a Joe Smith Jr. to use those kind of tactics and have as much success. Not that it was easy for Callum Johnson to have the success that he had, but I'm saying because Beterbiev is going to be more on his guard, it'll be even more difficult than Johnson found it for Joe Smith Jr., I would imagine. And, you know, I don't think it's that great a fight. Stylistically, I can understand why people like Joe Smith Jr. versus Beterbiev, because the reaction that I've seen to it is a relatively positive reaction. But, you know, Joe Smith Jr., is he one of the top contenders, really? I think the Stevenson-Vodcek fight is a much better fight than Beterbiev-Joe Smith Jr. in terms of how significant it is. Because you've got a world champion in Stevenson and you've got a legitimate top contender in Vodcek. Not a second tier or third tier contender like Joe Smith Jr. No, a legitimate grade A contender in Vodcek against Stevenson. To me, that's a much more high level fight than Beterbiev against Joe Smith. I expect Beterbiev to beat Joe Smith. I'm not saying Joe Smith don't have a chance. He's tough, he can punch, but the skill levels are worlds apart. The pedigree is worlds apart. I mean, Joe Smith, as far as, you know, last I checked, he still works as a construction worker. You know? And still got a day job. Even after he beat Hopkins, he said he was still going to go back and work construction. So, I mean, it might be entertaining while it lasts, but I fully expect Artur Beterbiev to win. If Joe Smith Jr. did pull off the upset, I would expect it would be a knockout victory, a punch out the blue from somewhere. But yeah, I think if I was an odds maker, I would make Beterbiev something like at least 5-6 to 1 favorite. You know, maybe wider than that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Beterbiev versus Joe Smith Jr. How do you see the fight going? And what's it saying here about HBO? Okay. Okay, so Smith was supposed to fight Bivol. But since HBO announced it, okay. But Bivol's going to fight Pascal on HBO, so I don't know what that's about. Anyway, whatever the case may be, Beterbiev versus Joe Smith Jr. Let me know how you feel about the fight. It's happening, I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.